Hey, what's up? My name is Abby Sayo. On here, Miss Abby94, and you are tuning into my challenge recaps. Welcome to the Challenge Vendettas. Oh my God! Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to my channel. If you don't know me by now, my name is Abby Sayo, and I am new to reviewing and recapping the challenge, but let me just give a brief history on who I am and how long I've been watching the show. I've been watching this show since way back when, at least 10 years plus. I'm a big fan of some of the challenge OGs. I have a lot of favorites, many who happen to not be on the season, but that's not the point. The point is, I'm a huge fan of this show, The Challenge. Been with this show through thick and thin, through different shows on the cast, when it was Real World Road Rules, The Challenge, and then when it was just The Challenge. I'm so excited to be bringing y'all this review. So I'll be doing this every week. If you like it, please give this a thumbs up. Please leave a comment below about whose team you're on for this season, who you're excited to see, any critique, any comments about my style. And without further ado, let's get into this recap. This is called the Challenge Vendettas, and we get an awesome clip of Devin, who is quickly turning into my favorite commentator of the season. He, in his confessional, kind of details what vendettas means, and he basically says it is when someone has a deep-rooted, internal struggle or a problem with someone else. Maybe they know about it or they don't. They're harboring negative emotion against someone who they believe has done them wrong. As we open up the season, we get the shot of our entire cast, and it's a mixture of some of our challenge favorites, some that we've come to love, like Johnny Bananas, Leroy, Cara Maria. We get some OGs, Brad. We get some of the people we've become accustomed to know in the past couple of years, like Corey and Nelson, and the two Nicoles, Nicole R and Z. And we also get a lot of new faces. They have now incorporated other shows besides Are You the One? They started to slowly incorporate Are You the One cast members. Now they're including shows like Big Brother UK, Geordie Shore, Extras on the Beach UK. So we're getting more and more fresh meat into this challenge. It really is a lot of new faces, and I don't know how I feel about it. I'm a OG challenge fan, so it's always hard for me to embrace these new shows, but I did it with Are You the One, and I'm keeping an open mind that I can do it again with these three shows, but we're going to see how these rookies perform. But anyway, so we see our cast. They're standing on the risers. They're getting excited. They're where? In Gibraltar. Oh my God, the background is amazing. We see these beautiful mountain scenic views. We see everybody is grinning because they're excited to find out what this challenge is about. So TJ comes out and he introduces that it's going to be called the Challenge Vendettas. And we have our lovely Corey who, hey TJ, what's a vendetta? And everyone starts busting out laughing because half of the cast probably was thinking the same thing but was too scared to ask because they didn't want TJ to judge them or America. And the other half just thought Corey was funny as hell. That was funny as hell. And who also thought that was funny as hell? We get our first appearance of what I like to call the hashtag TJ smile. Oh my God, y'all, TJ is really, he's a softie. He's becoming a real softie these days. Like, he literally was like grinning, and I was just like, oh my God, you're such a badass. Like, and he's just softening up on us, y'all. Like, that's how long this show has been going, that TJ was like smiling at the beginning. Like, oh my God. Hashtag TJ smile. Is it not amazing? Amazing. Oh, TJ. So then he basically drops a bombshell that usually they would premiere the show and say where they're going to be living and take them to the house. Oh no, that is not the case. The challenge is starting right now. And what is the challenge going to involve? Endurance. Y'all, I am so excited to hear TJ explain what the challenge is going to be. It's called get off the rock. They're going to have to take over a day to race up this rock and get to the top, the Gibraltar rock, and get to the top. Oh yeah, and it's going to involve an overnight. The first step of this challenge is that the challengers have to race to a point. They have to get to a tunnel, and in this tunnel there will be auxiliary boxes. They're just some weighted boxes, and they have their own area, and this is the overnight part. They're going to hold these boxes for 6 hours. If they let it go or put it down for any point of time, they get a time penalty. And then after the overnight portion is done, no breaks in between, they will then have to finish their run up this rock and get to the top. And what's the incentive? The first one to the top gets $25,000 in their bank account. Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, more than 5,000. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 9, 25,000 in their bank account. Okay, real money. Are you listening? Are you focused? 25,000 right off the bat. And on the flip side, the last two placing guy and girl are going home right away. No redemption house, no second chances. They're out of here. Done. So, you know, the challengers are a little taken aback because they usually get to go home and sleep for a little bit and get ready and start their politicking. But no, there's no time for that. They're going to be put to the test right now. And I'm so excited. Oh my gosh. I'm also excited to see how my OGs and my faves perform in relation to these rookies. The challenge starts and we start to see everyone take off. The first run is going really well. Right away we see our rookie, Josh, taking the lead for the guys. He's running. He is way ahead of them. He's looking back. No one's behind him. The people who are behind him are literally out of breath. We see Nelson. We see Corey. We see Leroy struggling to get up, struggling to get up this hike. And Josh is just taking off. So inevitably, he makes it to the tunnel checkpoint first. So he obviously has time on his side at this point. Then we kind of see on the girls' side, we're seeing Nicole Z is performing very well. She looks like she's keeping up. She definitely has a lot of endurance and she's performing very well. See issues with one of the rookies, Rogan, who has a back injury, but he's pushing through and he's trying to get to this first checkpoint. On the girls' side, we see Nicole R is struggling. She is struggling. She's out of breath, but she's pushing herself to get to that first checkpoint and at least get to the second stage. So everyone gets to the tunnel. Yay! But they get to stay up all night. Damn it, they're savages at MTV. Those damn savages. So they get into their positions and they have to pick up this box all at once and hold it for 6 hours. From what we saw, nobody put the box down and they all completed over the 6-hour time period. Now here's where the trick is. They are now, for the third part of the challenge, taking off to run up to the top of the rock. And the order of this run is based on how they arrived on the first part. So Josh gets to go first. He has a lead start on some of these other guys and girls, and he takes off running. Then we see some of the other girls who are performing decently. At this point, I'm really not liking what I'm seeing of some of these challenge vets. We're seeing Johnny Bananas, Leroy. We're seeing Nelson, Corey, Cara, Maria, Kayla. They are just not... They're looking winded, they're looking tired, they're not performing well, they're, in the middle of the bunch, and this is not what we're expecting. We're expecting them to blow these rookies out of the water, and it's not happening, and it's embarrassing. It's embarrassing. Let's stop. So they take off running, and we're kind of, we don't know who's going to win. We think Josh has a pretty good lead, and for the most part, we're looking to the bottom of the hill, and we still see Nicole struggling to get up this rock, struggling to get up there, but she's still trying to push herself to finish. And it's looking like she might place last, and she has to pick it up in order to, move forward and kind of make up the ground that she's lost. Same with Rogan. He's struggling with his back injury, and it's not looking good for him. He's trying to push through, but we'll kind of see how they all finish. So we see up at the top, Josh finishes, and he collects the $25,000 incentive prize, and he's first place. Definitely now someone to look out for. But not too far behind him, we see Zach. Now, I am not a personal fan of Zach from some of his insensitive comments he said in the past, but from what I remember, Zach was not always the most, he didn't have the most endurance, but this challenge, he's definitely proving to have a lot of endurance. He finishes very close to Josh, and I'm very impressed with how big Zach is. He moved his ass up that rock. So Johnny Bananas, Leroy, all of y'all, where are you at? Where are they at? Down the damn hill. You look down the hill and you see them struggling with some of the other women in the house. Cara Maria, we see Jemmy, we see all of them basically keeping pace, being around 12th to the 18th rank, and disappointing. So everyone, starts to trickle in. For the women, the first for the women is Nicole Z. She is definitely proving herself to be a strong competitor. She's proving that she is someone to look out for, someone to not be played with. She definitely beat a lot of the guys out, and I'm definitely giving her brownie points for that. Everybody else, step your game up. It's embarrassing. We have Johnny Bananas at 17th. We have Leroy around 19th. We have Jemmy around 15, somewhere around there. We have Cara Maria, middle of the pack, Kayla, middle of the pack, and it's just not as impressive as you would expect. And these rookies are definitely showing up and showing that they're placing before some of the challengers. They're doing well, and now it's going to be kind of cool to see how they politic. The people to finish last are Womp Womp, Nicole R, and Rogan. Rogan just couldn't recover from that back injury that was holding him back, and Nicole just wasn't in the best shape to really even, compete in this way. Endurance was not her strength, and it definitely is why I'm so excited they had an endurance challenge, just to kind of weed out those who have really been working out and preparing for the show. So they are sent home, and I'm sure we'll see them later, but bye for now. So after the challenge is over, TJ announces that they've just done their challenge in Gibraltar, but now their actual house is a villa in Marcella, Spain. So, I'm so jealous. I'm so jealous, but I'm actually jumping up and down because I love Spain. And it seems that Johnny Bananas feels the same way. He gets so excited as they're leaving. He goes, "Suck my ass, TJ." And basically TJ, for the second time this episode, gives the second appearance of the hashtag TJ Smile. He was like, what? I love that guy. I was just like, TJ, you're getting soft, bro. You're getting soft, but it's so cute to watch. So that's kind of the end of Get Off the Rock challenge. We know that this whole season is set up on vendettas, and vendettas. What are these vendettas? Who are the cast members that have a vendetta against each other? They kind of start to intermittently preview who has beef with each other. And we learned that, of course, from last season, Cara and Kayla. Cara is still very upset with Kayla and how she threw her in after they had created an alliance together in the Dirty 30. So we see that there's a vendetta with those two. Kayla is not backing down. She believes she's a strong competitor. She's gonna try to do it on her own. She doesn't have Jenna this time around. And we're just gonna have to see how this beef plays out. Who is really the bigger dog here? My money's on Cara, but Kayla is so convinced that it's her. So we'll have to see how this one plays out. But for me, I got Cara in this vendetta. Then we see that Leroy is still harboring a lot of negative beef, hurt, pain. He needs to let it go against Brittany and Veronica. As you remember, they both kind of accidentally, probably not accidentally, probably on purpose voted him in, but whatever. They voted him on the Dirty 30, blindsided him, and he's still kind of harboring that mad anger because he went home, even though he had a second chance and he didn't win. That honestly was his problem, but that's the vendetta that he's keeping against Brittany and Veronica, and he definitely needs to get over it. We need to see you perform, Leroy, and stop trying to ride, Bananas' coattails. I'm a huge fan of you. Don't get me wrong, but I want to see you perform this season and really, put that effort forward and show me that you're here to compete and win and not ride on the coattails. I don't want to see that this season. Leroy, step your game up. And then we see a vendetta between Nelson and Tony. I don't ever recall Nelson and Tony really having beef. If anything, I would think it was Tony and Cara Maria, even though they did squash the beef. For the purpose of this show, it just seems like this vendetta is very fake and contrived. I don't recall them ever having, issues. If y'all remember, please leave it in the comments. But that vendetta seems very weak, and it's really solidifying the fact that I think this whole concept of this challenge is quite weak with the cast members they chose. Anyway, then we have Nelson again versus Shane. I think this is the vendetta because Nelson believes that on the challenge invasions that Shane set him up. Shane is a snake. This whole tug of war. It's a game. He's still upset with him that he's playing the game, how Shane likes to play the game. Shane admits that he's a snake and he'll do whatever it takes, and it rubs some people the wrong way. I don't actually remember them having a vendetta that's worth noting, but I guess Nelson feels they do, so whatever. Again, weak vendetta. It's weak. Then we have some rookie beef. If y'all watch their shows, there's these rookies, Melissa and Kaylee. Melissa claims that she doesn't know why Kaylee is upset with her, and apparently on their show, Kaylee says that Melissa took her boyfriend, went after the guy that she was dating, and she kind of mentioned that she's open sesame, like she busted open for anybody. I was like, damn, y'all ain't never gonna be friends again. Yikes. So they have a real vendetta. When she calls her a hoe on TV, I'm just gonna have to say that's real. Might not know why, but it's real, y'all. Then we have another rookie vendetta, and that's Alicia versus Cam. They're both on Are You the One? And apparently Cam is upset with Alicia because Cam and whoever she matched with were doing well, and then Alicia kind of inserted herself and kind of took the guy away. 2018 and we're still fighting over men. Like, we haven't gotten over this. Wow. Yeah, this vendetta is over a guy, okay? All the rookies' vendettas, it seems, are over significant others, and it's really embarrassing. Like, can we move forward? Please. So as far as vendettas go, that's kind of where we are. Some of the flings that we're developing, we kind of starting to see Johnny Bananas, who I can't remember the last time Johnny was throwing game at anyone. First of all, ew, it's creepy to think of him like, spitting game at anyone, but he's like spitting game at this girl Natalie from Big Brother 18. He's speaking Spanish to her. He's offering her his toothpaste and his, toiletries and all types of weird things. Seeing Johnny Bananas flirt with someone is so weird, but like that is the romantic thing we're getting this season, y'all. I will keep you updated on that, but I really don't want to see Johnny dating. Like, ew. Then we see kind of a love triangle between Kyle, one of the rookies from Jersey Shore. It has caught the attention of both Cara Maria and Marie, and they both are kind of arguing. They don't like each other. There's tension, and they both are interested in him. And in this episode, we see him make out with Marie, and it pisses Cara Maria off. And then he says in his confessional, I probably shouldn't have done that because I really would have gone for Cara. I'm just like, what? What the hell? Play your cards right. Such a rookie mistake. But we're going to see how that love triangle plays out because we know Marie and Cara cannot stand each other. And we also know that Kyle really likes Cara. So then we see some interesting vibes, maybe even some banging between Brittany and Brad. Oh my God, the entire episode, it was like they must have been talking before this show because they were all over each other. They literally didn't even have like a trying to get to know each other, trying to politic with each other. It's like, no, they went straight for sucking face and then doing a little more in the bathrooms, okay? They were all over each other this episode, and it seems that they're not going to be a fling. They're a full-on situationship. And I'll definitely keep you posted on what happens with them. But they are all over each other, and we can already see that there's probably going to be an alliance there. Also, we see a slight romantic connection between Alicia and Corey. We know Corey for having a thing every single season. He is a player. He is a playboy. He has a girl every season. I don't know how these women keep falling for him. I get it. He's cute, but I don't understand. But this season, he has Alicia from Are You the One? And, they're trying to kind of be slick about it. They've been talking to each other before they got to the show. And now they're kind of in a secret alliance. And we'll kind of see if that relationship develops into anything more. But as far as that goes, those are the flings that have caught my eye this episode. And they're definitely going to play a big role in the alliances that form this season. You can definitely trust the challenge for that. Now brings me on to my last segment, which is the segment called The Shade. There have been very few cast members who can properly deliver shade, but this season is definitely bringing the heat as far as shade goes. Jemmye is at the top of this list. Oh my God, Jemmye? Jemmye was shady this episode. While she was running the challenge, she, in her confessional, mentioned how she was keeping up with both Cara Maria and Kayla in the challenge. And she's like, aren't both of y'all supposed to be fitness gurus and I'm keeping up with you? Like, don't y'all sell your little fitness programs on Instagram? She's like, that just doesn't seem right. She's like, oh my goodness, that sounds like a fraud. I'm like, you are so shady, Jimmy. That must mean you're getting in better shape. Go on, Jimmy. Do it, girl. Show off your little chops. Okay. Then Jemmy, you think she's done dragging? Oh no, she comes for Johnny Bananas, as she should have. She kind of has been doing it in the past seasons, but she came full blown this time. She said, Johnny finished what place? Oh, 17th? Oh, that's cute. This is the guy you guys kind of always rave about. She's like, if you ask me, he's overrated and he's an old man. I was like, Jemmy, hashtag savage. That's what I'm calling you, Jemmy the Savage. You gotta hashtag for me. Add it to TJ Smile. Hashtag. Like, you are savage, and I can't wait to hear the rest of the drags you have this season because they are thoroughly entertaining. And then we also get a little bit of a slight tap of a drag from Kayla. We know her and Cara, they have vendettas with each other, and she tries it in her little confessional. She says, oh, I feel bad for Cara's hairdresser because her hair always looks like a nest, a bird's nest. I was just like, oh my God, damn it. But the joke was on her because then they flashed to Cara's confessional and she actually looked pretty bomb. So I don't know whose side I'm on in that one, but it was funny. So that is my segment of this week's Shade and Who Delivered It. Please keep it coming because it just makes the show that much funnier and I live for it. Oh my gosh. So that's my recap as far as who I'm looking out for and who I think is going to finish, top of this season. I'm going to say for the girls, I'm going with Cara Maria and Nicole Z. Just based on their performance, not Cara's performance this episode, but Nicole's performance, I think that based on history, they definitely are proving to me that they are probably the toughest women in this house, and the rookies are going to have to show me a little bit more because there was no female rookie that I believe stood out more than Nicole and what I know of Cara. So those are my two picks for the women this season. And on the guy side, I'm going to go with Zach because of based on his performance and how much I think he's growing. And also Joss, he's a wild card and he could potentially end up third in this challenge, and probably first place going to be Johnny because they're probably going to skimp on the endurance and have all of these bind fuck games, and you know how that goes. So those are kind of my picks for what this season is looking like. Please like, subscribe, and comment. Tell me who you're rooting for. Tell me which rookie you think is going to make it the furthest. Do you think a rookie is going to take this season? And tell me what you think about the concept of vendettas. Personally, it's not all the way impressing me, but for the sake of being a diehard challenge fan, I'm going to go through this season and give my best recaps that I can. So stay tuned, like, comment, subscribe, share it with your friends, and I'll see you next week.